Hello, good evening. This is Brother Benson Media, and today is a Sunday. We are blessed to have, uh, this time to just have a look at what has been happening over the week. I'm waiting for one of my co-panelists to join. Meanwhile, we'll start. Yeah, so we just talk about the topic that is here. The former Deputy President, Honorable Gachagua, is saying that he'll make Kalonzo the president in 2027. And, he's also saying that a combination of the Murema and the Akamba nation would actually make it to presidency. And according to him, he's saying that the Murema, the Murema region and Ukambani would actually rule for around 90 years. So, yeah, so those are some of the things that we want to just have a look at this evening. Before we get into the topic, allow me to just remind our viewers that this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're new to this channel, kindly just like and subscribe to the channel, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us, and we'll really, really appreciate. Yeah, so today so many things happened in the field of politics. You know, there are so many comments and interpretation of politics from the people of Kenya. The president was also in, uh, you know, the president was also in Roysam, and you know, he has continued donating a lot of money to the churches, and this is against a pronouncement that he had made in 2024 amidst when the Gen Zs went out, and some of the things that the young people were saying was that the continued donation by the president to the churches without really telling the people where that money is coming from is something that the president has to clarify, because people are asking so many questions. Why is the president donating 20 million? And that, I mean, his salary cannot even support that. And he has also said that he will donate around 100,000. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I want us to have a look at this evening. Before we proceed, allow me to give this opportunity to my co-host, Mr. Miguda, to also say hi and to give his opinion on the topic that we're discussing tonight.
Hello, how are you doing, Makubura? If you can hear me, greetings from this side, and also greetings to our esteemed viewers who have tuned in. We welcome to the Benson Media, and we say here your opinion matters. Maybe if you can clarify for me the topic, what is all about? You have muted.
I think you're able to see it. It's just a comment of the former deputy president, Honorable Gachagua, saying that he'll make Ruto the president. I mean, Honorable Kalonzo the president, with the combination of the Kamba votes and the Murima votes. And he's also saying that currently the president's support is very little, and he's saying that the president is minority in the Republic of Kenya. He's also saying that the president is at a political ICU. He's only supported by one, Raila Amolo Odinga, of which if Raila gets out or stops supporting him, according to the former DP, is saying that everything is going to break.
From the topic of today, I can just say with certainty that, in my own opinion, some people do say every bird has its own cry. Birds have different how they cry differently. Gachagua is speaking this language. Kalonzo speaks the same language. Raila also was speaking at the coast. Ruto also spoke today, but most of them are talking about Ruto being a one-term president, whereas Raila is talking about, or now people should be compensated at the same time, or now pro-people's government should be formed. But Ruto also insisting on the friendship between him and Raila is to bring the unity of the country. In my view, they're just politicians and they are having different kind of approaching the dynamic politics of our time right now, and they're realigning themselves, and there's still a lot to come. That could be the reason why Gachagua or the former deputy president must make those statements. But the ultimate goal was Ruto must go and Ruto must be one-term president, according to Rigathi Gachagua, not my statement.
Okay, thank you. The vice president, the former vice president Kalonzo Musyoka, was also in in Ukambani, and is questioning the source of money that the president is donating to churches. The president donated 20 million, and he has assured the church that he'll still bring 100 million. According to the former vice president, he's saying that you know the source of money should be investigated, and that the president need to come clear on where he's getting all these monies, because he's saying that this money, some of it, is coming from the taxes of the people of Kenya, and so the people need to know: is it just political, or what is your take on the comments of the former vice president?
Former vice president, in my opinion, is appearing as the face of opposition. Is appearing as in his own world, he appears as the chief opposition of the time. Therefore, he assumed that role of oversight. And one of the ways to oversight is to hold the current government into accountable. By holding it into accountable, there are questions you can raise for the head of state, like the issue of donating money to church. You can raise those questions that you stated clearly that there is no money in the country and there is no money in the treasury. But where do you get this donation from as the head of state? Does it mean that you abuse the office by having some donation to churches or to other people? But we are not also disputing that the president is not a businessman. He is a businessman. He has his means. He can as well have his own source of income to donate to the person he wants. But at what expense? To, to achieve what goal? If it was to achieve political goal or at the expense of taxpayers, in my view, as a public officer, someone who is representing the state as a country, you need, there is how you can, if you go to worship or if you are called for a contribution, even if you are wealthy to that extent of Mr. President, is how a public can perceive you, that if you are holding that office and you can use taxpayers' money to donate, those perceptions can be there. That's why Mr. Kalonzo Musyoka is appearing as the face of opposition. At the same time, he must hold that government accountable, and the head of that government is Mr. Ruto. He's simply asking Mr. President some questions for him to respond to. Doesn't mean that he stated that Mr. President is corrupt. Doesn't mean that he has said that Mr. President is using taxpayers' monies. Doesn't mean that he has said that that is Mr. President's money from his own business. is simply questioning that if you are the head of the state of the government and you have that much to donate, where does this money come from? Those are the question is raising as someone who's appearing to the face of opposition at the same time. He has that duty to raise such concerns, but because of his capacity, maybe. But people raise questions, even as we raise those questions, even the people were raising those questions over the comment. If you go to the comment at X Space, comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube, comments on TikTok. Look at those comments. People are just asking where does this person get such amount of money to donate in a church? And he has promised to donate more 100 million in the next coming days. Those are just accountability questions concerned people are raising. Kalonzo raises them and he appeared to be the face of opposition as currently understand. There is scramble to occupy that space of opposition because people are sound for the forthcoming election. But it's just a matter of accountability, a matter of raising concerns about the current government as a concern citizen. That could my view.
Okay, President, remember he's going against his pronouncement that he made in 2024. And not once, but several times, he has donated, money or things to the government, I mean, to the church, especially Catholic Church, and they've always declined and returned the money. What is he showing to the people when he continues donating amidst protest and some church leaders? Which lessons are we even learning from this? Is it really in order for him to continue doing something that he himself said that it is not right? And again, churches and leaders of churches, they are also not, majority of them are saying they do not really need this money, especially when there is no clarification of the sources. What is your take on this? And what can you say about the welcoming of this kind of donation by the Winners Church?
Whatever president is doing, or whatever he demonstrated today, is a clear view that he has displayed the real character of politicians. He is a politician. Let's not forget the fact that he's the president of the Republic of Kenya doesn't mean that he's not a politician. He's a politician because he got through politics for him to be in that position. It was through campaign, through meeting people, donating, bribing people, or looking for votes here and there. He's a politician. By him going to church and display such character, in my view, he is a politician. He's never exception. That is the real character of politicians. Politicians are never consistent. They are never consistent. Show me one politician who is consistent in this country. You can't find any, even these young politicians. They are never consistent. They usually ride on the dynamics of the process of time, and most of them do ride on interest, what we call psychophancy, party loyalists. But there is no politician who is consistent, including Baba. Baba has never been consistent. And even if you say he has never been consistent, some people want to fight us. We are telling the Baba has never been consistent. Rigiji has never been consistent because even whatever he's speaking right now, he ought to have told us when he was in government. He's not speaking them after he's out of government. None of them has been consistent. Mr. President is a politician, what I know. But never trust whatever he's saying because today he will speak this one, the following day he will speak another thing. And it's not a shock because he's the person who was leading from front, instigating that we do not want people to donate in churches. We do not want politics in churches. But currently is the one who is leading again from front by donating in churches and also carrying politics to churches. And also, the politics are deeply rooted currently in churches, in funerals, and in marketplaces. Whenever we are in funerals or whenever we are in church worship places, we only do politics. People should concentrate so much on the gospel of the kingdom of God. Nowadays, people do not even take keen interest of the gospel of the kingdom of God. People do concentrate on what Rigiji will say, on what to say. Even if today, what we gather that people were just talking about what Rigiji said in Machakos. People are focusing on what Ruto said at chapel. The other day, people focus on what was said in funerals of that senator or consciences. So, in my view, our churches has been turned to be political podiums where politicians compete or where politicians says their agenda to the people because they are being viewed with the current technology of our time. They are being displayed globally. You can access real information right on time as they happen whenever they are. That's why I still disagree that these politicians, they are never consistent. And we cannot give credit to anyone that so and so has been consistent. They are just riding on dynamics, interest, sycophants, and loyalists.
Okay, thank you. I can see a comment from political buffers. Kilelon, you are speaking bitter truth. There is no politician who are constant in their political. Okay, that is nice. Thank you so much, political buffs. If you are new, kindly just like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll really appreciate. Because what is your take on the stand of the ODM party? If you followed their celebration, they were celebrating 20 years in existence. And some members of ODM are still having a stand that they are not supposed to unite and support the president, while others are coming up and saying that it is better for them to work with the government. What is your take on the difference in you know in decision making and especially the stance within the ODM? And again, I think you also watched there's this young member of parliament from Sabot, Caleb Misi. He also spoke, and he said that people should respect Sifuna. And if there is a number of members of parliament who are saying they're, opposing, then they might as well go and find somewhere else. They're saying rebels are always the most powerful, according to him. What is your take on that?
Makobura, this issue of ODM is somehow strange for some people to talk about. Even you, most of those people coming from our region, speaking about the issue of ODM, you can be victimized. But as for me, I can speak authoritatively because I'm not a member of ODM party. I don't belong to ODM. But if in any case that party can sponsor me in the future, then it will be so because at least I'll say that by that time I was speaking, I was never a member of ODM. But because you understand the nature of the politics of the country and dynamics, people, you never know whereby you can be sponsored, which party can sponsor you to legislative assembly. At the same time, which party can sponsor you to either county assembly or which party can sponsor you to, or maybe they can nominate you. Because I have relatives in ODM and some of my relatives also believe in the party and they are part and parcel of that party. So speaking about ODM sometimes is not easy. But me, I can speak because right now I don't have any affiliation with ODM, but I can speak as someone who is observing from far. I believe that ODM is this is the right time to tell the people of ODM the truth. And I like young leaders in that party, people like Caleb Amisi of Saboti, people like Edwin Sifuna, people like Babu Owino. But if you talk about these people, they will tell you that these are more. Anytime you try to have, I believe right now that ODM is divided. There are those people who are pro experts. They believe in experts, that the experts who are donated to the executive, people like John Mbadi, who is the chair of ODM, people like Opio and I, who was the political affairs, control political affairs of the party, people like Joho and Oparanya, respectively, who are both party deputy party leaders. These people, they are having allies or they're having friends within the ODM party, and they are controlling their thinking that you people continue singing the song that we are going to support William Ruto 2027. They still insist on that one. These people, they are defending their positions. So they have also decided to allow other people to join them to defend their position. So those are the people who are being pushed to speak that language of the experts, in my view. Other team, you find them that this other team are also those people who have independent thinking. People like Babu Win, and they are ambitious and they have the political interests. So, in my view, if you try to side with the likes of Babu, Sifuna, and Kalibamisi, you are going to be tagged as a mole, or maybe they are saying that Gachagua is paying you to divide ODM. But if you side with the likes of Mbadi and the Piwantai, they will say that okay, you are a loyal soldier to Raila Odinga. That's why I say this issue of ODM, speaking about it, needs someone who's neutral, not someone who belongs to the party. But if you belong to ODM, then if you take side, but it's the right time for people to take side because it's all about interest. Because, for instance, people like Babu Wino, they want to be governor in Nairobi. For how long will he wait? Because they are telling him that he's still young. And if it is still young, so does it mean that young people don't have ambitions, in my view? I believe that young people do have ambitions because even them, when they were young, they were ambitious. They want to suppress young people. People like Sifuna just speaking the truth that the ground, actually, the ground is not with William Ruto. That's a fact. But if you say that the ground is not with William Ruto, they will tell you that you are a mole. So speaking the truth is now becoming a mole. People like Caleb and me are saying that they are going to defend the phone. But you find people like Yoja Ladwa, if you talk about anything wrong about William Ruto, they are ready even to fight you. So, in my view, this issue for the there are people who are divided. Those people want to defend their position who are in the executive. At the same time, that those people are ambitious. They don't care about William Ruto. They don't care about those executive things. They want to move forward. People want to be governors. People want to be senators. Some want to be president in future. But how are you going to become president if you are being suppressed by older people? In my view, Makobura, I'll just tell you that there is a faction in ODM, it's a reality. And there are those people who are not going to follow Baba's instruction. That's I can tell you for sure. Those people they will just let Baba do his things and go his way. They'll just lose without Baba. And in my view, that is good because that's democracy. Because if it's Orange Democratic Movement, it should exercise democracy. That whenever I have a different opinion, it should be accommodated. So I don't see anything wrong with that one. And it should not cause any alarm. Just relax. People have lost without ODM. Ababu get out of the party and he lost. It's politics. So, Makubura, back to you. But let me just clarify one thing before I go. I get it back to you. Our viewer, Buffalo, political buffs. I don't know him, but I'm worried. How has he gotten to state my other name? You know, people don't know that name here. So, ametoa hiyo jina wapi? Maybe he can clarify himself.
Okay, very well. Thank you for giving your comments. Maybe the last thing that I want you to give your take on is the stance of ODM and especially the party leader. Raila was saying that he's moving around the country to consult with the people on the next move that he's going to take, as a party. And today he spoke about the abductions and even criticized the government. Remember, there's a good number of ODM supporters and senior ODM members the likes of the chairperson, who are consistently telling the Raila that they have to work with the president. The young ODM members are saying it is wrong for ODM to work with the government. And Raila is also telling us that he's moving around to get the views of the people. Is it a genuine move? Is he really moving to different counties to get the opinion of the people, or it is an opinion that they've already made? Maybe he'll give you a take on that, and then his move to start criticizing the government. Is it a genuine one? Is it reflecting the stand that he's going to make, or what is your take on that?
Makobura, sometimes you need to understand politics because we are living with Raila supporters. We are with them. We hang out with them. We call them. Raila speak their heart. In my view, Raila moving around across the country consulting. Raila is a visionary leader. Someone who is, I can say, someone who see far. Whatever is being currently already had planned them before. Is a future planner, in my view. By moving across the country, already has a decision in mind, which is going to make. Is just testing waters and moving across the country. But whatever he's going to do, already he had in mind. This is just buying time and also moving to maybe he's trying to rebrand himself because he has been missing in action during the time he was campaigning for the AUC. He was not in the country, so he's trying to visit his base, political base, like you saw him in coastal region. He was in Nyanza. He was in Western. Those are his political bases. He's rebranding at the same time. He's warming up for the forthcoming election. And this is where now the rubber will meet the road because this is just my opinion. It is not that I'm speaking the truth. I see a possibility of Raila becoming a presidential candidate in 2027 because it will reach a point where people will say that if you are supporting Ruto, as we are going to bolt out of ODM, some people, not all everybody, but other people also will say that if you must go to Rigathi Gachagua's base, you are going to betray the experts. Now the best thing for him to do is to face the music, and he's going to run. That's why he's still testing water, in my view, and he's trying to consolidate his base because he has been missing out for a long time. That could be a reason why he's moving around the country. But there's nothing he's consulting. He knows exactly what he's going to do, and he knows even how he's going to maneuver between the current. Currently Raila they are saying that is in high demand. Ruto really need Raila. Actually, Ruto need Raila more than anybody. At the same time, Rigathi Gachagua need Raila because once Raila has gone into his side, it will be a done deal for 2027 because they will send Ruto very early in the morning at home. At the same time, Ruto need Raila for him to survive politically. So Raila is in high demand. And I said that he's playing hard to get. No, Raila is not playing hard to get right now because I believe that he has made a decision, and this decision will bind all his party members. That's why those people who are also visionaries or people who are ambitious, like Babu Owino, they know him because they have been with him for a long time. So they know that by him moving across the country, it's consulting nothing. He just want to make a surprise move, maybe the coming weeks. But at least when he's making that move, it will find you that you already made a decision. Like other person, they have said that they are not going to vote for Ruto, they are going to support Kalonzo. So whenever he's going to make a decision, at least we are bolt out. But we are also saying this thing. There's no need of you to be compelled that you must support Raila. You are at liberty. You can have your own party. You can go to Rigiji. You can go to Ruto. Nothing is wrong. We are in a democratic environment whereby you don't need to be forced to do something. You're at liberty to choose who you work with. You're at liberty to choose who you want to go on with. Like you are not in ODM, but you are a Luo. No one is forcing you to be in ODM, and you are living. Those people are in ODM are also living. So there is no need that you must be in ODM for you to live, or you must be in ODM for you to survive. No, you have a right to choose whoever you want to work with. You have a right to choose where you want to vote. Even if I am in ODM, for example, and that day of voting, I decide to vote for Ruto or Kalonzo. you will not know because it's a secret ballot. Therefore, we should just allow people to move freely, and also we should allow people to exercise their democratic rights without any interference, in my view. That's why the other day I told people that don't force Raila to go to Rigaji's camp, or don't force Raila to come to where the people are. Just let him make his own political decision the way you are also at liberty to make your own political decision, because no one is making for you. Raila will make his own political decision. If he supports Ruto, well and good. If he goes where Gachagua and Kalonzo are, well and good. If he goes alone, well and good. The final day after voting, we will know. The people will separate the actual winner and the losers. All it will be vested with the people. That's sovereign power. That one ballot, it will decide that who is going to be the president. It doesn't matter which wing you are. You can decide to work with everybody. Therefore, do not have this too much pressure to Raila. Let him play his politics. The same way Ruto is playing his politics, the same way Rigiji is playing his politics of Mount Kenya, that is the same way Raila is also playing his politics of consultation. Therefore, there's no treason, or there's no anything wrong with Raila consulting. Let him consult. That is his style of politics. We can't play the same politics. Ruto is playing the politics of abduction. You can't play abduction. You don't have the instrument of power. You don't control police. You don't control military. So you can't play the abduction. Rigiji is playing the politics of Murima and Gema. Raila can't play the politics of Gema because Raila doesn't come from Gema. So we are all different. But what matters that at the end of the day, we should just allow people to exercise their democratic rights without
I don't know. I think you have a problem with your
that.
internet. Yeah, so can you hear me? Okay, I think you're having a problem with your network. Yeah, so to our viewers, this is with the Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're new, kindly like and subscribe. We really appreciate. You'll give us your comment on what you think about the views of our viewers at the comment section. Political buffer here is saying in Odium there's fractions and a big gap because it's a business party where the few benefit for their own benefits. Okay. But Seba here is saying, but Raila akijoin Ruto ataharibu siasa yake juu Ruto ni kupe. Okay. Laban is also saying, we are joining Kenya Kwanza government, but put Kenya interest forward. Yeah, so you can just give us your views on, these comments, and then your last remarks before we close.
The issue of 4DM and a business party, I don't want to delve into it right now. But let me respond to the issue of Laban. I agree with Laban here. Laban, the good thing with Laban is that Laban is reading Raila's mind. And I agree with Laban 100% that that's where they are going to go. There is nothing the guy is consulting. The guy has already made up his mind. He's going to support the current president. But now, look at what Laban has said. Under what? They're going to say, can you put for me that point? They're going to say that we are in the Kenya Kwanza government, but we are putting this one. We are joining Kenya Kwanza government, but put Kenya interest far forward. That's what they are going to tell the people, that tuko serikalini, lakini tunafanya hapa ni kuweka maslahi ya Wakenya kwanza. That's what they're going to say. And I like Laban because now Laban is very much honest that they are going to, as the other party, they're going to join that government, but that the Kenyan interest forward. That is the only way they are going to persuade their supporters to join that. Ati tuko hapa lakini tuko na interest ya Kenya kwanza. That's what they are going to say. And these are very good comment from Laban, and a very honest comment because he has read the mind of the party leader. The issue of the other guy, that my friend who knows with my two names. In ODM, there is fractions and a bigger because it's a business party. No, no, I don't want to talk about business party, Makobura. The other one for Beseba, but Raila akijoin Ruto ataharibu siasa yake juu Ruto ni kope. Let me say this, this issue, I don't know why people are so much concerned about Raila joining Ruto. There's nothing wrong with him joining Ruto. And even akiharibu siasa yake, Raila is almost hitting his late years in politics. Can decide even to exit. He can decide how to exit. Maybe he wanted to exit that way. You never know his mind. So do not have so much interest about Raila joining Ruto. If you just focus as the people that the ultimate goal is to make sure that we transform our country. Whenever you get an opportunity to vote, just try to vote for the right person to transform the nation. Other than having emotions, having divisions along tribal line, those things don't matter. What matters is that at the end of the day, we are all Kenyans. Even if you vote for Kasongo or not, we are all Kenyans. So these people are just trying to make it that Raila is going to Raila is not going to leave route, according to me, because regarding Gachagua just confirmed to that Raila is like a support machine to Ruto. So if you remove Raila from Ruto, Ruto is going to die. Ruto doesn't want to die. But it doesn't matter. Let them just have a coalition because they have a right to have a coalition. But even you, as other people, you can have your coalition. Today, Gachagua was very straight and he said that Raila support to Ruto or Tabaki huko. I like that speed. Let other Kenyans also join Gachagua that you can decide whether you want to join. Doesn't matter. Kila mtu ako na haki ya kuungana na party, any party you like. So it doesn't matter. That's what I want to get to the people's mind that you don't have so much stress about Raila joining Ruto or not. You can have your own formation and you can beat them if there are two people or two parties who have collided. It doesn't matter. Makobura, I think my last remarks just state that just like us, even politicians have their own decision and then political rights. These political rights are not exclusively for electorates. They are also for the politicians and our leaders. And if someone has decided to work with the other person, you cannot know because it's all about interest. At the end of the day, maybe Raila's interest in Ruto's government supersedes Raila's interest in Rigathi Gachagua coalition. Gachagua does not have any interest with Ruto. That's why he must consolidate the Gama community. And the same way interests apply to Raila, vis-a-vis apply to Rigathi Gachagua and also applies to Ruto. Ruto has got no interest right now with the Mount Kenya. That's why he is busy. He has decided to capture Raila. And people say that they have already signed a deal for 2027. So it's about interest. So when our interests converge, well and good, we work together. When our interests diverge, we part ways. I like there's a certain picture going around the X space whereby they are saying that Raila's running mate has joined Ruto's running mate. Karo and Rigathi Gachagua are now on the same side. But remember, before elections, Gachagua was an ally to Ruto. Raila was an ally to Kakarova. So those who are presidential candidates currently, they have come together. But those who are their running mates respectively are also have found themselves together. And that's the sweetness of Kenyan politics. There's no permanent enemy, there's no permanent friend. It's all about interest. And that is it. Makubura to our viewers, I wish you all the best. See you for the coming week. And bye bye for now.
Okay, thank you. To our viewers, once again, this is the Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're new, kindly like and subscribe. You can see our good friend Eric Ayaga has just joined. Eric, leo umekuja late. And maybe you can come tomorrow. We'll give you a link. You'll join and also give you a take. Mr. Eric Ayaga. Asili 2 TV, thank you so much. Whose interest? The interest, of course, is the political class interest. It is not the interest of the people. When the interests of politicians converge, automatically they will join hands and work together. And that is what we've been seeing in the politics of the Republic of Kenya. Uh, but Seba Ndwari, thank you so much for joining us tonight and also giving us your take. Laban Misiani, I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you. Who else? Brenda Obedi, thank you so much for finding time to join us. Political Buffer, thank you so much. And everyone who joined, we really appreciate the fact that you took your time to be with us and to listen to us this night. Again, I want to say that tomorrow we'll also have a show. And if you are new, kindly join us tomorrow as we'll be continuing these discussions. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you are. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.